Right, good morning, everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome Larry Ellison to the World Government Summit. Larry was recently described by President Trump as one of the most serious players anywhere in the world, and by one media outlet as at the center of everything. He's the founder of Oracle, one of the most remarkable companies in the world. And Larry, it's a great pleasure to have you with us. Welcome.
It's great to see you, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Larry, just to start with a general question. I mean, I sometimes describe this technology revolution as the 21st century equivalent of the 19th century industrial revolution, maybe more so. Give us your sense of the scale of this revolution, where it's taking us, and its implications, particularly for a lot of the people who are here today who are in government.
Well, about 18 months ago, when we began to fully grasp what the people at OpenAI, ChatGPT had achieved, a level of artificial intelligence that would actually advance human thinking. We created neural networks that could answer questions that human brains would struggle with. When we came to grips with that, I made a speech and I said, is artificial intelligence the most important discovery in the history of humankind? And question mark, maybe. We'll soon find out. 18 months later, I think it's very, very clear. It is a much bigger deal than the Industrial Revolution, electricity, everything that's come before. We will soon have not only artificial intelligence, but much sooner than anticipated, artificial general intelligence, and not in too distant future, artificial superintelligence. I mean, so we will have incredible reasoning power, the ability to discover things that would elude human minds, because this next generation of AI is going to reason so much faster, discover insights so much faster, whether it's being able to diagnose cancer in early stages, or design therapies, custom design vaccines for those cancers, custom made for your genomics and your specific tumor antigens. So that is one of the things that in medicine, we'll see revolutions in diagnostics and in therapeutics. As you know, Tony, we started a project where we're gathering satellite imagery from Kenya to California, and we can predict crop yields. So we could actually tell a farmer, a country, whether they're going to exceed what they expect from this year's harvest, or they're going to have a shortfall and they need to start preparing that. We can tell individual farmers that a part of their fields need additional irrigation. Part of the field needs additional fertilizer. So we can improve yields, individual farms, and then we can do that on a much larger scale, where we can improve yields across countries and even entire regions of the world. I can go on and on, but AI will fundamentally change our lives in medicine, in agriculture, in robotics, across the board. Everyone talks about the AI model, and they are astonishing. But how do you provide a context? I want to ask questions about my country. What's going on in my country? What's happening to my farmers? I need to give it my climate data. Now, it probably has your climate data already, but I need to know exactly what crops are growing in which farms, and to predict the output. So I have to take satellite images. I have to take those satellite images for my country and feed that into a database that is accessible by the AI model. So I have to tell the AI model as much about my country as I can. You tell part of the story with these satellite models. You give it a huge amount of information. You tell it where roads are, where borders are, where your utilities are. So you need to provide a map of your country for the farms and all of the utility infrastructure and your borders. All of that you have to provide. But beyond that, if you want to improve population health. You have to take all of your healthcare data, your diagnostic data, your electronic health records, your genomic data. And in the Middle East, in the UAE, for example, they're incredibly rich in data. They have a lot of population data. The NHS in the UK has an incredible amount of population data, but it's fragmented. It's not easily accessible by these AI models. We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform. So we provide context. When we want to ask a question, we've provided that AI model with all the data they need to understand our country. So that's the big step. That's kind of the missing link. We need to unify all of the national data, put it into a database where it's easily consumable by the AI model, and then ask whatever question you like.
So you're really, through the use of this, you're revolutionizing the way government works, right? The services it provides, the way that it operates. What about things like financial management, procurement? How can AI help a government operate more efficiently, more effectively, give a more direct and better service to the citizen?
Well, we have these modern financial systems. So, countries can, for example, Oracle has this thing called Fusion Financials. And Fusion Financials is chock full of AI agents that help you do a better job, predict what supplier might be late, what supplier, again, might not deliver on time. It helps you put things out for bid if you want to bid things. It knows that certain transactions are confidential. Sometimes military transactions are confidential. It helps you procure things, manage the budget, see what agencies are likely to go over budget. So you can tell early on something in the fourth month if an agency is going to miss their budget, and if necessary, take corrective measures. Just like you can know early on if your farmers, if your agricultural output is going to miss its targets, and you're going to have a crop shortfall, you can take action by futures crops from other areas. The AI system will help you do that. But again, the secret is to get all of that data in one place. Without having the basic data, it cannot answer the question about your country. Well, I think one of the biggest changes, I can talk about my country and a little bit about the UK as well. People now expect in a democracy that we provide a high level of service. Government provides a high level of service. Healthcare, and when people expect high quality healthcare, people even talk about healthcare being a human right. We can deliver healthcare at a much lower cost. I mean, not only do we get much better outcomes, but by early diagnosis, better therapeutics, better population health, and we can get all of that as long as countries will put their data, their healthcare data, all of it, in a single place where we can use AI to help manage the care of all of the patients and the population at large. We can deliver a very, very high quality service.